In the name of Allah, the most beneficial and merciful. Let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Dr. Komal Ahmed. I have done my graduation in Doctor of Physical Therapy and post graduation in Orthopedic Manual Physical Therapy from Rifa International University. Currently, I am working as lecturer at University of South Asia. I am delighted to be part of 3rd International Conference on Rehabilitation Sciences. First of all, I would like to thank Rifa International University for providing online platform during this pandemic. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about my research paper, that is frequency of foot and ankle disability among football players suffering from ankle sprain at club level Lahore. Let me give you a quick introduction to my co-researcher, that is Dr. Khatija Liaquat. Here I would like to give you some background information about my topic. Football is undoubtedly the most admired game played globally. Approximately 270 million people are playing football according to a recent calculation by International Federation of Football Association, withholding the risk of injuries for players both at professional and recreational level among all age groups. Let me elaborate that while many other studies of different countries have reported the rate of injuries for particular body regions or for individual injuries in football, up till my knowledge, no published information exists that find the frequency of ankle injuries among football at club level and to assess their functional limitation related to foot and ankle conditions. I would like to move towards the literature. Trotz-Levin in 2017 found that 15 to 19 years old footballers for the Norwegian national team have many overuse injuries. Ankle sprain was the most commonest reported acute injury. Muhammad Al-Malkani in 2017 found one-third of students had ankle injury during their school time being played as footballers. The prevalence of ankle injuries of the included participant at the time of study, last 6 months and 12 months were 14, 31.7 and 34.7% respectively. Meanwhile, Amy Elizabeth in 2016 examined risk factor associated with injuries related to ankle in football players at a Division 1 university. The total ankle injuries were 1.7 per thousand athletes exposed. Turning our attention now towards the methodology, cross-sectional study design was used and data was collected from some major football clubs of Lahore, including Real Lahore, Bata FC, Raiders, etc. Non-randomized convenient sampling technique was used. Players between 15 to 25 years old who had grade 1 and grade 2 sprain with positive stress test were included in the study. Average playing time was 90 minutes per day, and those who had grade 3 or any other red flag sign were excluded from the study. Lastly, data was analyzed through SPSS to get the frequency, bar charts, and histograms. I would like to draw your attention to results. The participants were assessed on the basis of inclusion and exclusion criteria. Mild to moderate difficulty of pain was seen during routine activities. In sports sections, the frequency of disability and pain level was comparatively more. This explained the principle of specificity. Results of this study show more involvedness in sports-related injuries as compared to ADLs among football players. Percentage of pain show marked increase in journal level of pain during normal activities. Summary of the discussion show that the ankles sprained players of football were experiencing moderate level of difficulty, pain in activities of daily life, household tasks, and sports activities. There should be awareness and education of restriction activities, first of all in the players who sprained ankle, and secondly the ergonomic ways should be devised and advised to players for the better recovery and prevention. In conclusion, let me sum up my main points that comprehensively moderate the frequency of football players with sprained ankles was experiencing foot and ankle disability. Sports activity found to be more effective as compared to those of activities of daily living. They were mild during normal activities and generally, while no more obvious pain was found during rest and in the morning. Recommendations include additional studies to reveal the role of different orthokinematics following ankle sprain. Further investigations should be studied to find the mechanism of injury, contact versus non contact, type and position of play, ground versus artificial turf that lead to injuries. Longitudinal studies should be conducted to see the injury rate in a bigger picture. This research was limited to only find the frequency of functional disability due to ankle sprain. Researchers are needed to analyze different etiology, recurrence, and strategies to improve football game at club level. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you all for your kind attention.